in Asia, and it has a lot to do with the people. But back to what I was saying, I don't care, honestly. I don't think anyone cares. The Young Republicans, an organization that caters to fat cowards. I don't know if you've seen these people, but they're large and they're not winning any courage awards anytime soon. But they cater to the husky kids on college campuses. And recently, they put their members on blast, totally on blast, for using some of the gamer words. Hello, America. It's time to wake up. The alarms should be going off, but people say, no thanks. I'd rather hit the snooze button. I don't know if you've heard, but the left is trying to kill you, actually. And yet some people want to harass gamers on their own side. We love our gamers, folks. And in the spirit of gaming, we all need to level up and get our priorities aligned.
Yes.
How you die does not redeem how you lived. You do not become a hero in your death when you are a weapon of the enemy in your life.
Well, negotiations, right? Politics. And we're out of time, so you...
Hey y'all, Gravity, any day above ground living. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your Wednesday. It's Wednesday, you know what you got to do on Wednesdays. You got to go out and hump something. All right, if you were here last night, you know we did a deep dive into these political text messages from the Young Republicans. Well, we have updates. Yes, we do. We have come to find out that one of the chapters just lost everything. They've been shut down. We have many wannabe conservatives and actual conservatives at each other's throats over these messages. Calls of, this is a nothing burger. Calls of, we need to exercise these type of conservatives out of the party because it's not good. I just want the right to understand that regardless of how you move in the next couple weeks, you just lost Virginia. Winston Earl Sears, even though most of y'all weren't even supporting her anyway, you just tanked her. Virginia is now going to have a Democrat governor again because you guys are more worried about not taking care of this or defending it and focused on that state, which is going to have huge implications next year with the midterms. But that's cool. So, if you don't believe me on what I first said,
It's the
that
worst country.
we have an update, well, that's good, because we here for you. We talked about the Kansas Young Republicans chapter, and they were at the focal point of this. Well, there you go. Via the Kansas Reflector, Kansas Young Republicans shut down after Politico report on racist, violent, encrypted chat. Senate President disavows both activists. Attorney General fires Hendricks. The chairman and vice chairman of the Kansas Young Republicans took part in encrypted chats with political peers that were laced with violence, racist and anti-Semitic rhetoric, and blended with references to white supremacy and suppression of the Jeffrey Epstein files. On Tuesday, the chairman of the Kansas Republican Party said the Politico article disclosing the commentary prompted immediate deactivation of the Kansas Young Republicans organization. Politico, a digital news company specializing in coverage of U.S. politics, reported Kansas Young Republicans chair Alex Dwyer and vice chair, William Hendricks took part in the Telegram group chat. In 2,900 pages of chat text, Hendricks praised the Missouri Young Republicans because leaders in that state didn't like LGBTQ people. He repeatedly used racial slurs to refer to black people, including words such as the N-word with the A on the N and the N-word with the UH on the N, even though we never say that, so that must be some other stuff. In a July conversation in the thread about African Americans, he said, "Bro is at a chicken restaurant ordering his food. Would you like some watermelon and Kool-Aid with that?" He was fired from a communications job in the office of Attorney General Chris Kobach as Politico prepared its report on Hendricks' role in the chat. The comments in the chat are inexcusable, Kobach said. As soon as the office learned of those messages, Will Hendricks' employment was terminated. Well, what did I say last night? What did I say before this? And what am I going to say now? The pendulum swings both ways. We warned you dumbass right-wingers that this was going to happen in the wake of y'all celebrating Charlie Kirk going in the dirt, and you thinking that people were sitting up there en masse, the entire left side was celebrating that man dying. I warned y'all, stop playing that game because they're going to use it. The first shot they could get, they're going to use it on you. I just didn't think it was going to happen this quickly. This is a month. The pendulum swings both ways. In the chat threads, Dwyer and others delved into the discussions on how GOP operatives could tarnish a political candidate by linking the individual to white supremacists. The idea was dismissed, Politico said, because the plan could backfire in a place such as Kansas where, quote, young Republicans could end up becoming attracted to that opponent. Subsequently, a person in chat asked others to guess what room number they had at a hotel. Dwyer responds 1488. We went over that yesterday. At another juncture, Dwyer touched on controversy involving release of government files on Epstein, the convicted sex offender. Republicans and Democrats in Congress have sought public release of files to either exonerate or incriminate President Donald Trump or other prominent individuals. Do you see how they worded this? Republicans and Democrats in Congress. I told y'all they're seeking to destroy MAGA. But don't nobody want to listen to the black man. Say less. Trump's too busy burning the Epstein files, Dwyer wrote on Telegram. Dwyer didn't respond to a request for an interview. Hendricks, who ran unsuccessfully for Topeka City Council in 2021, couldn't be reached for comment. Before Politico's disclosure of the Young Republicans commentary, Dwyer and Hendricks were photographed at a campaign event with Senate President Ty Masterson, the Andover Republican who is a 2026 candidate for governor. A social media post of the picture taken at Masterson's campaign announcement event shows both of them holding signs touting Masterson's campaign for governor. The Masterson campaign released a statement after the Senate president landed in Washington, D.C. for meetings Wednesday with White House officials. In that statement, Masterson blamed political opponents for shopping around a photo with deceitful intentions in efforts to disparage him. You were around these motherfuckers. What is wrong with you? So you were going to go blame everybody else. Okay. I categorically deny any association with William Hendricks or Alex Dwyer, and as neither is current nor has ever been on staff or volunteered for my campaign for governor, Masterson said. Anyone suggesting otherwise is either lying or misinformed. In addition, Masterson said he was guided by deep Christian faith and possessed a record of condemning hateful and violent rhetoric. I am personally disgusted by the comments attributed to individuals in the article, as such behavior is utterly counter to Christ's message that life is valuable and we all equal in God's eyes. And my unwavering commitment to these values has not changed, the statement said. Load of bullshit. So we're just not even going to read no more because this is about to go into some bullshit. All right. So there's that. So we have this statement from the Missouri GOP. They say, I call on all Republicans to repudiate the hateful language being reported on by a small group of young Republicans. There is no place in our Missouri Republican Party or elsewhere for this type of language and behavior. MRP Chairman Peter Kinder. Right. We know, sir. Shit. Sorry. So we have that.
In Asia.
We played that. So this 80 person put this up from Pat Proctor, who said, I am deeply disturbed by today's Politico article involving two young Republican leaders. I am disappointed in these young men and categorically condemn their offensive comments. Their words do not reflect my values, those of the Kansas Republican Party, or the character of other young Republican leaders I've come to know. There is no place for this rhetoric in our party. You said that X is considering shutting down monetization due to the harm student white right-wingers are crashing out. We'll take a look at that before we end. But I want to make sure we focus on this. But if that's true, I told folk that 2 years ago that it wasn't a good model. You just paying everybody to post. That doesn't make sense. It was a waste of money. But, again, they don't want to listen to the black man. So he said, let's be clear. Anyone who does this, I will find all of your skeletons and hang them up for the world to see. Who have not sinned, cast the first stone. We both know you have sinned. Whatever audience you're hoping to reach, mine is bigger. Your era's over. Mine is beginning. Who the fuck are you? We don't know you, but okay. There go Milk Toast Pool. I literally don't care what a bunch of MAGA college kids said in a group chat. They're not college kids, you retard. Oh, my God. I swear he's slow. I swear he's slow. He got to be slow. People from Chicago usually have good street smarts. Maybe it's him being in West Virginia for so long. Maybe they got dulled. Tim Fool, let me holler at you. First off, most of these people were past the age of 25, including the bigwigs that got fired. They were over 30. Number two, you can't sit up there and defend this when y'all were sitting there with Tyler Robinson's alleged text to his alleged tranny boyfriend or girlfriend and saying that was the motive for what happened with Charlie Kirk. This is why I don't understand why people still listen to Tim Pool. I mean, I understand that you want to be seen because he got over 1 million people. I understand that. But I also don't understand how you watch that man take money from not only Netanyahu, but he took money from Lauren Chen and Russia, and y'all still propping him up. That boggles me more than anything. So y'all are not interested in learning. You're interested in bullshit. That's cool. If you want to exercise the training day quote when he was talking about the newspaper, let us know that so we know how to deal with you. We'll just ignore you. You fuckers want to be entertained all day. That's going to get you killed. I'm going to be very raw today. That type of shit's going to get you killed. Because when the important shit comes out, you're going to treat it like a joke and then you're going to get fucked. And then you're going to be sitting there crying like a little bitch. Like he was crying when he found out that he was getting a call from the DOJ to go talk about why you took money from Lauren Chen and her bitch husband. But okay. So Brad Palumbo, who's a racist, by the way, we've talked about him on this channel. He said, can right-wing people stop dismissing this as college kids when many of the people involved are over 30? He finally said something right. We continue. Here's Chris Loach, Dana Loach's husband. Anyone that has publicly or privately stated that Hitler was right or that they love Hitler or America should have supported Hitler is a heartless, historically illiterate, hateful moron. They should be shunned and ignored. They shouldn't be hard. They exist on the right and left. Do you think they gave him a standing ovation for writing this? He also said, I will add that kids are generally stupid and do stupid things. We were all kids. Bad, distasteful jokes are bad, distasteful jokes, and everyone deserves grace if they say they are sorry and denounce such ignorant comments / beliefs. Again, these are not children. These are not teenagers. These are grown-ass adults who have positions of power. Then they started blaming the Groypers. And we hate the Groypers. But again, this goes back to the fact that y'all let the Groypers in because they were saying how much they love Trump and how based he was. You did no vetting. This is what happens. Again, this is what happens when you don't vet. This. You guys have had a problem every 2 weeks ever since he got in office. Always now some scandal comes out every 2 weeks on y'all. And you don't think this is a problem. Then we got this piece of shit. Now I saw his notification come up talking about this is a nothing burger. I want y'all to listen to what this piece of shit said.
I want you to remember this. Some private group texts where they made jokes about Indians smelling funny. Oh, where'd they get that? This is what they did, by the way, with Proud Boys. And I was like, this is what they did with January 6th. If they repeat it enough, you go, oh my gosh, that's right, January 6th. Oh my gosh, this is a white supremacist symbol. Oh my gosh, the Proud Boys. Right now saying the president can't say very fine people on both sides. They'll never tell you, by the way, that he condemned neo-Nazis and actual white supremacists. They're kind of folding it into their previous lie, trying to make you believe that kids joking around in a private group text are also white supremacists who should be condemned. Who, by the way, Donald Trump did condemn. I know.
You dickhead. Again, they're not children. They're closer to your age than teenagers. You dickhead. By the way, screenshot. Stephen Crowder, this is why they're turning on you, sir. This is why they're making jokes about your wife punking you in the house. This is why they're making divorce jokes about you, sir. They don't like you. You are the village idiot in the town square yelling. But knowing that they'll put up your video and get hits, they're just going to keep entertaining you, sir. They don't fuck with you. I can't wait for the day they start talking about delineation and they're saying you're a Canadian piece of shit. We can't talk to you no more. We can't entertain what you're saying because we think you're a foreigner. I can't wait for that. And then you're going to be crying like a leftist. Sir, you can't say, you basically sat up there and justified what these people did. And this is the problem. And I want y'all to understand this is in wake of him going in front of black men in a barbershop trying to say how white people are victims and how black people are wrong. So you sat up there acting like a victim in front of black men and try to make your case why you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want in this country. Again, you're a foreigner. Now you're going on your program. Instead of calling this out and saying we don't need this shit on the right, you're enabling it. Because you want to blame the left. Okay, dumbass. January 6th was the right's fault, not the left's fault. I don't know who need to tell you that. It wasn't a bunch of leftists that bought the tickets and right-wingers said, oh shit, there's a raffle for free plane tickets and hotel rooms to go to January 6th and go to Trump's rally. And then they found out later it was organized by a leftist group. These dumbasses put the stuff on their credit cards, their debit cards. They put their names on the applications themselves. They were at the hotel signing stuff in. They were at the rental car giving up their IDs. They were enjoying the chicken wings and the mambo sauce in DC. Shopping in Georgetown. They were enjoying it. You're not about to sit up here and tell us, oh, it's Nancy Pelosi's fault because she instructed her cops to open the door. You're a grown-ass adult. Fam, they're blaming Gavin Wax for this because he's Jewish now. They found out he's Jewish. They brought up the fact that he's Jewish. I'm telling you this right now. You right-wingers have got to stop with this Jewish narrative. Y'all are going to get, man, I'm telling you, when the Jews get pissed off, boy. Black folks, how Trump said it that day to the Proud Boys, stand down and stand by. That ain't our problem. We just gonna sit up there. We gonna eat our good food that's well seasoned. We're gonna take off our headphones because we want to hear everything. Them Jews are fixing to cuss y'all out the way we ain't never heard Jews cuss somebody out before. And then they're gonna take all y'all money. Bottom level. No, she got a ticket to hell, and Satan had to sit up there and decide if he was gonna keep her. Matt Walsh, another piece of shit. He say the stuff was taken out of context. Nigga. Please tell us in what context you are going to say that somebody bringing up Hitler, they were misquoted, they were taken out of context. But you would be the same one if you found out a college course was talking about Hitler in a favorable light. You would sit up there and say, you know what? Nah, they gotta go. What? He said if you actually read that Politico hit piece, you'd see that many of the messages are being taken widely out of context. For example, the guy who said, I love Hitler was clearly being sarcastic. How can you be sarcastic by saying that? Go outside and say, I love Hitler, and then tell people when they look at you crazy that I was being sarcastic and think you're not going to get an argument. I tell you, my brisket is going to taste extra better that day. I swear to you. And then them Jews going to come over and be like, yo, how did you smoke this? I said, with love and affection. Then the next question is, they're going to ask me if it's kosher. And I'm like, nope. So you can't have it. Go on. That meat is not halal or kosher. Get the hell on. It's explicitly meant to be a sarcastic joke. We're making Hitler sarcasm now. I swear. I'm telling you, Matt Walsh people come from inner Europe. They don't come from British stock. I guess this is that Nordic, Germanic type of sense of humor that nobody gets except them. And yet Politico put that quote in the headline of the article, and conservatives are lining up to offer denunciations. How in the hell is anyone on the right still falling for this trick? How have you not learned by now to take absolutely nothing from the leftist media at face value, especially if it's a blatant political hit piece? Politico, who covers U.S. politics, who's crashed out on the left before. Now we can't take it seriously. Okay, you can't take it seriously. I'm curious. Since you say you can't take it seriously, right? I just want to see something. I want to see something, because I know them punk ass bitches probably didn't say nothing. I just want to see if Fox News said something. Let me look. Oh, by the way, look. Well, look at that. They're hosting Mandami. Okay. Let me look. Let's see. Did they say anything about Politico? They give Charlie Kirk they gave him a whole banner. You scumbags. Huh. They're avoiding it. Well, well, well. You bitches are avoiding it. Interesting. Huh. Huh. So the Independent is leftist. Okay. CBS News. Now that you got Barry Rice there, is considered right wing. They reported on it. Huh. I see Fox News and News Nation and OAN are staying away from it because they know they can't defend it. Huh. But they talked about the signal text chain leak, though. Huh. Interesting. Okay. He was saying, yeah, I'm so right-wing, I guess I love Hitler. Basic sarcasm of a kind deployed by right-wingers all the time. So you're admitting that right-wingers make Hitler jokes all the time. Okay. By the way, the left liked Hitler too. And a lot of your people over there on the right came from the left. So that would mean they brought that Hitler ideology with them. I guess we're not supposed to admit that either, right? They loved his socialist views on taking care of people. Guess we're not supposed to mention that, right? Okay. But even them liberals knew where the line was. Keep talking. I have theocratic fascists in my bio. Clearly a sarcastic joke. Again, Politico made this the headline of the piece. Fundamentally dishonest. Nobody on the right should be giving it any credibility. No, stupid. They put that in there for a reason, because they knew you dumbasses weren't going to read it and absorb what they were saying. You're going to look at the headline. You basically just proved here that you guys, all you do is headline watch. Because again, fam, all he was talking about was the headline. He didn't talk about the fact that the motherfuckers in there that they asked or put up messages basically apologized, so you know it was real. So where was the hit piece? I just want to know. Explain that to me. Where's the hit piece in this? This isn't about context, it's about judgment. Making Hitler jokes in a group chat is a sign of bad judgment. And you're going to see a recurring theme with a statement like this. And they're saying, well, it's a group chat, it should be private. Oh, so somebody's text messages shouldn't be private, right? They're basically advocating for everybody to know what everybody's saying on whatever app or in your text message sector. That's what they're going to start advocating for. If the left is calling for the death of your children in text messages, we need to be able to see what the texts are. Okay, cool. What about the right? Oh, no, that's an invasion of privacy. Oh, no. No. If it's good for the left, it should be good for the right, right? No, because you're then going to take it out of context. So why can't I take the left stuff out of context? Because they want to kill us. But they sat there and said they want to gas Jews. They were just playing. Oh, okay. Oh, I get it. Okay. The left. Anyone on the left still falling for this trick? Oh, God. Oh, man. It always goes back to them Jews. But did you think that was it? Hell no. It get worse. Here's Sarah Stock. We talked about her with that whole situation where she was getting married and them chicks tried to come at her in her life. And we found out and got confirmation that Turning Point USA, CPAC, and AmFest, all they do is have orgies. That's all it is. And the Grindr app be sitting there and being overloaded. Is it true that Gavin Wax leaked those messages to the left-wing media? Why would he do that? Is he not supposed to? I thought, wait, whoa. So he's not supposed to out people doing bad. He's supposed to just let it ride. These blue MAGA idiots can't get their story straight. Y'all same ones keep talking about draining the swamp. This is one of the tactics you should be using. If you see people breaking bad, you should be saying something. No, you want it hidden. Just like y'all say y'all want to stop child trafficking, but you got child traffickers in your ranks. But it's the left media putting it out. You upset that the left media put it out. Huh? Good. If you're this mad that they're putting it out, you should be the ones putting this out. OAN, Fox News, Breitbart, Newsmax, all of y'all should be putting this shit out first. But you don't want to do it because you think it's going to make you look bad. So what? We all have to fall so we can be better. Maybe the question should be, why would they say those things? There's a huge fracture and divide in the conservative movement right now concerning Israel. This is part of that. It's going to cost us future. It always goes back to the Jews. Well, this time it's the Israelis. It's either the Israelis or the Jews. It's going to be funny when the 6 million cuss out over 100 million. It's going to be hilarious. Y'all better stop. Y'all watch Kyrie Irving. Y'all better stop. He's a traitor and should be shunned, shamed, and removed from any position he currently holds for telling the fucking truth. Do you see this? True priority of Jewish conservatives. Son of a Jewish conservatives. Oh no. Jewish conservatives. Whitney Yates. Wait a minute. Last week, we Republicans were outraged libs when denounced Virginia AG candidate Jay Jones for his vile remarks. This week, we are mad that young Republican chapters are denouncing vile comments from our own side. Wasn't the other a clear joke? If the joke is gas calling watermelon people are monkeys, what is the punchline? So gas chamber goes for a joke now. MAGA, maybe you forgot this, but if Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats had their way, you guys would be on death row for what you did on January 6th. If they had their way, you all would have been charged with sedition, which is punishable by death. I don't think you would have made a joke about the gas chamber if that happened. But, you know, they like to say that. Goes to show you conservatism, etc., is all a lie, fraud, hypocritical, both the same, been that way. Remember, Trump made fun of a disabled reporter. These alleged leaked texts is really who they are. These people are the alleged next leaders. Expose them, but it's politics. And look who shows up. I think my dog is Palestinian. I overfeed him, but he tries to convince everyone around him he has no food. Palestinian jokes. Okay. I'm going to let the Palestinians handle that. Here comes Myron. I think my oven's broke. I had 15 ovens working 24/7 for 5 years that couldn't bake the 6 million cookies that God promised me 3,000 years ago. Exactly where is this funny? I see why he doesn't go to West Palm or Sarasota, because them real Jews, and them some Jews from New York. Let's just say he be struggling to get out of the Gulf of Mexico or America, whatever the hell they call it now, if he went to West Palm and went to go deal with them real Jews. And those are old school Jews. You know what? I want him to go pull this alleged joke. I want him to go to Yeshiva University with this alleged joke. I guess he don't know about them Jewish gangs they have over here. But, you know, all right. I ain't even talking about the mafia. I'm talking about the actual street Jewish gangs. I would love to see him go to Williamsburg in front of them Hasidic Jews on Bedford Ave and try to pull this joke. I won't even send him to Manhattan. I want to see if they think this is funny. Unbelievable. Oh, man. Here we go. Now, I guess this constitutes as Matt Walsh crashing out. The right doesn't stick together. That's our biggest problem by far. Conservatives are quick to denounce each other, jump on dog piles, disavow, attack their allies. Because they're not real conservatives, you dickhead. Those are leftists. Like you, you're a leftist. I said a few weeks ago that we all need to band together in the wake of Charlie's death. And the answer I got back from a lot of people on the right was basically no. because they didn't care about Charlie Kirk. He was just an avatar. He was just another bullhorn. I'm going to say it again for those who didn't hear me say it for a month. For the right, Charlie Kirk is better for them dead than alive. And that's not being a shock jock or controversial. That's the goddamn truth. They never cared about that man. They cared about the access he could provide. How many times? Let me prove it to y'all. How many times, excuse me, did you ever see one of these stupid ass right-wing conservatives just say, you know what, I'm just been hanging out with Charlie Kirk. We might have had Bible study. He invited us over for barbecue. You know, he was in town in Tennessee and we just went out for dinner and we just shot the shit for about 4 hours. When's the last time y'all heard one of them say that? Oh, we just did a weekly call just to catch up and talk about family. When have you ever heard them say that? Never. They didn't give a shit. They go online, they signal boost each other. The second they get offline, it's just me. And it's like TV said, they're not friends, they're just allies. Same thing Professor Black Truth said, they're just allies. They're not friends. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't fake the bullshit on here so you can make a point. If Charlie was your friend the day he got shot and the second you found out he died, y'all should have had a gift send go up already. Y'all should have had the money. Chicken sushi. There's no TDS here because we're not even talking about Trump. So I don't know what the fuck you coming with. You want to say something else stupid? I'll give you the opportunity. You could come say it to my face. Now, how you want to play it? Or you going to run like a little bitch? But I figured you're on the right wing, so you're already a bitch. Everything's crying, victim blaming. You sound like a leftist, and we know leftists are bitches too. So how you want to play it? But I figured you were going to run like a hoe. We continue. Well, okay then, guys. We'll just lose instead. Well, you guys are already losers, so it's not hard to fall there. The left will keep up the united front and defend their guys no matter what, while we keep throwing each other to the wolves at every opportunity. Great plan. I guess he hasn't paid attention to the left because they're throwing each other under the bus right now. But, you know. Again, Matt's only concerned with the left when he can make a buck off of it. Like with this post. If he was really concerned about the left and thinking they had a united front, he would have been showing up saying, look how Harris is getting thrown under the bus because they found out he's getting paid by an influencer agency and he's over there repeating scripts. You would be talking about how Kamala Harris is on her book tour getting lambasted everywhere she goes and her losing composure. Nah, you're just going to wait for Jasmine Crockett to say something stupid again. No, you're just going to wait for Ilhan Omar to do or say something stupid again. But there you go. Here goes basic classic. You routinely trash Republicans you believe are beneath your intellect. He has no intellect. But okay. Also, Daily Wire created the monster known as Candace. She refuses to have conversations offline. Well, according to old Tatum Tots, he calls her on the phone and tells her that she's wrong. So I don't know. I love how she keeps coming in trying to center herself in the conversation. I tell you, paying Candace Owens 6 figures really broke this girl. And I know her husband's pissed. I know he pissed because he had to pay that. The strip club owner that he is. I know. Damn, white woman came in and said, you're exactly what he's talking about. They didn't. This fool said he didn't. Candace didn't turn batshit until after she left Daily Wire. Seriously, she was batshit in there. She was just controlled. Y'all loved it when she was batshit going in on black people. Y'all loved it. Now that she's going batshit on y'all and them Jews, well, technically Israelis. Now y'all want to get up. Now y'all want to say she crazy. Oh, I get it. I get it. Now he said the only right-wing attacks he makes is on Republican politicians. Bullshit. He just went in on the entire MAGA movement. Candace is not a Republican. But okay. She doesn't even know what a Republican is. Being right-wing isn't enough to bind people together. Left is bound together by being anti-white. Yet white liberals run it, but okay. And if you think white liberals are anti-white, I swear you shouldn't be talking politics. Oh my God. The same white liberals who would go to a district meeting and make sure that all the brown people don't get the resources, but they're anti-white. Okay. You could just tell they've never been at a district meeting or a city council meeting. I've been to them. Them white people are devious. They'll start naming, if they know there's more than 50% non-white people on a block, they will start talking about how the motherfuckers, their garbage is all over the place, things of that nature, and why they should be paying taxes for that same zip code if people in there are not taking care of it. And then that's when you end up having cops and city inspectors all over your block. Everybody getting fined. Right. Oh boy. This is them, boy. Look, another one they caught. MAGA church leader charged with raping children has been charged with 30 additional child essay charges. Ypsilanti, Michigan. But this is who Matt should be calling out, but he won't call him out. But let me look. I tell you, this story gets better and better every day. I think I'm gonna cut both of them lives up, and I'm just gonna upload it as a separate video. This is hilarious. All right, let's see. What did SM say? Where is that message? It's near the beginning, right? Ex's kissing. Okay. Actually, let's search for it. Might make it easier. Maybe it's the Scorpio in me that I can predict this stuff. Let's see. Oh, he did change it. Let me see. Elon Musk just changed X monetization rules. Here's a breakdown. X, formerly Twitter, is evolving again. Elon Musk has announced updates to monetization that reward creators who spark engagement and conversation. This seems old, but okay. Increased payout share for verified creators. More weight given to post engagement and impressions. Long-form video monetization expanding in 2025. So how come they're the only ones saying something? Let me see. Now, I blocked that asshole, so I don't know what he said. Ex opaque creator payouts face criticism amid YouTube copyright frustrations. The fuck? X's creator revenue sharing program bases payouts on engagement from premium subscribers, resulting in an unpredictable system that some creators liken to random bar perks, while others call for transparent video monetization to attract YouTubers hit by strict copyright enforcement. Incidents like Everyday Astronaut's channel takedown highlight YouTube's automated content ID issues, with 42% of creators facing claims of low appeal success rates. Despite X's loyal community, critics argue its model falls short of YouTube's reliable 55% ad revenue share, hindering serious video production. First off, they don't even have the space to pull something off like this. Oh, God damn, they're dumb. X does not have the server space to pull a YouTube. This is why they encourage you to do live streams, because they know they ain't gonna go crazy. That's why they allow you to host your live stream on here. They're not gonna make it dedicated. That's why they only give it to a select few, like Tucker Carlson. It's like, I can't believe I can't believe this. I tell you they dumb. I tell you they dumb. Oh my God. He said exceed YouTube's payouts. You really think Elon Musk, the bullshit he's doing now, you think he's going to support YouTubers who've been making 6 figures, 7 figures a year uploading bullshit? You think he gonna pay them that? Are you insane? I tell you, I tell you. You see what I mean? You think Elon Musk finna give a YouTuber who's getting copyrights $100,000 at minimum a month to post on X? They're gonna abuse the system. They'll post every fucking day. Bullshit. You can't be serious. He'd go bankrupt in a week. What's this? The Hodge twins are perving after a 7-year-old? That I didn't even see either. I mean, sounds right. That's what they do on the right. Look, someone got paid 10 grand for having 105 million impressions on Twitter just because they put up a picture of Steve Jobs' daughter. But this was the problem. This is what we said. I said this when he bought it and he changed the monetization program. 2 years afterwards, I said this was going to be a problem. You basically took the power out of the creator's hands and you gave it to everybody else. You basically told the teacher, yeah, you got to teach the class, but everybody else can teach the class, and we're going to pay them to teach the class. So now all they got to do is follow big accounts, put a comment in there, and hope that the comment gets caught by the algorithm where they're going to get at least 10% of whatever the views are on the original post. You're just siphoning money from people. It was not a sustainable model. Sources saying ex-executive is considering shutting down the creator monetization program, claiming it has hurt the platform and its community more than it's helped. No shit. And I'm sure the Saudis probably have something in there because they got money in this too. No shit. Man, can the Saudis buy this next year so it can be in control of BRICS so we can really see a meltdown? That would kill X. Agreed. Many people make a living off of here. Well, it sounds like they need to go get jobs. They're doing digital welfare. It sounds like they need to go get real jobs. The egregious algorithm. Yeah, you see what happens when you let a fake right-winger take it over? Yeah, things get messed up. See what happens when you have a skeleton crew doing the monetization and making sure the app don't crash every 5 minutes? Yeah, you get shit like this. No, GDS, the Saudis will not shut it down. The Saudis would actually, and listen to me when I tell you this, the Saudis would actually turn it into what Jack Dorsey had it at. Y'all don't want to hear me. You would be surprised if the Saudis took it over within 6 months, all the big celebrities would come back on here and tweet consistently like they used to in the late 2000s, early 2010s. It would be shocking. And all them dumbass right-wingers, they be sitting there trying to griff off their content. But then here's the thing. They would have already changed the monetization system, so they would get nothing. Everybody else would be getting paid. Then they would say it's an unfair system and then leave. The easiest way to fix this problem, Elon takes everybody's check mark away and only verify it for actual people based on their history. And that would include fuckers like Gunther Eagleman, that I am yes, you are no, and wokeness, that jackass, thumb-looking Cagman Lee, they wouldn't get their monetization back. They'd be down there in Subterranea with Myron Gaines. Maybe they should stop controlling free speech, stop with the shadow banning, etc. I bet that it's hurt it more than the monetization. Wrong. Because they didn't have a problem shadow banning people when he first bought it. And people were still, again, the problem was he changed the monetization system. That's the problem. He shouldn't have changed it. He wanted to reward those stupid-ass, dumb-ass right-wingers, and it backfired on him. And people, including me, told them it was going to backfire. Because you don't have the big advertisers here. You don't have the big corporations here to offset that cost. So you're just telling people, yeah, here's the bank. The vault's open. Just put your fingerprint on there so we can record you putting something and go take whatever you want. And everybody did it. Now the vault is about to be bare. And now they're bitching. But they don't listen. I wonder how many big accounts would continue when the monetization dries up. It would certainly take care of all those low-tier clickbait and fake spam, which is created for the Xbox. almost every platform has monetization. They'll just move to another platform where they're not going to Instagram because you would have to put up pictures. So that's not happening. And besides, y'all seem to forget that Instagram, a lot of expos show up over there. I know the move is to go to Threads. Threads, they got a whole bunch of black Twitter sleuths over there. Let one of these right-wingers go over there and try to start that bullshit. They would finish him within 30 days. And then they be coming back talking about how leftist Threads is. You can't go to Snapchat because the feds stay looking at Snapchat, especially with the with the ST over there. Facebook is basically dead unless you're just using it for family. Where else you gonna go? You're not gonna go to Blue Sky because that's nothing but Democrats and liberals over there. They'll finish you in 3 hours. Fan base is black. You'll get outed within 26.76 seconds. And you damn sure ain't gonna go to TikTok. None of y'all have the creative juices to go to TikTok. And most of y'all would have to show your face. That would be the end of your career in 14.476 seconds. So your best bet is to stay on this until the wheels fall off. And then you'll go into obscurity. And then you'll probably sue Elon and XAI. And you're going to lose that case. So there's that. But we continue. How about if an account decides to monetize, they must disclose their country of origin and disclose if they're being paid by a third party to post content? Well, they're doing that now. They're going to put your country of origin. But that's not going to really stop anything. But sure. Because we watch Gunther Engelman just like, yeah, this is great. And you get 36,000 off of that. Oh, okay, motherfucker. But then you were crying. You and Cat Turd were crying the other day talking about some, oh, you know how hard it is to be on here for 18 hours a day and get no money? Go get a job, bitch. You know how much money you can accomplish in 18 hours by using your hands? How much satisfaction you'll get? No, you're tweeting like a female. And you wonder why I call them Kardashians. Then I suggest y'all stop stealing work from people that actually done the work. This needs to go through so people can learn some effing respect. Yeah, okay. It doesn't affect me. If it stops some ex-news folks from selling their souls, I'm in favor. If it disallows the legitimate ones from earning a living, I'm against it. Glad I'm not deciding. How about instead just fix it because the structure is not the same for everyone? Shut your little bitch ass up. I appreciate that, Robin. It needs to be adjusted. Pay for legitimate posts and good content, not clickbait. Too many people are spreading conspiracies and hate just for clicks and getting paid for it. It's insane how disgusting and out of control things have become. So what is going to be considered legitimate posts and good content, though? Now you're just asking people to be regulated. It doesn't work. You need to go back to the old system. Only people that are verified celebrities or people that have been known, I mean off this, and celebrities and businesses and government officials should be the only ones monetized. You have to earn your monetization. That way it means something. You paying, what the fuck they charge now? You paying $7 a month, $84 a year. So you can hopefully make that back at the end of the month. It does what? Especially them accounts that's just sitting there and be like, hey, I have this video. I'm going to, every quarter, I'm going to put it 25 times, even though people already saw it. But yeah, they're going to give me an easy over 500,000 per view. Yeah. Y'all are not building nothing. All right, last thing. Somebody said something about them Hodge twins. Let's see what the Siamese coons did. Pendulum swings both ways. Let's see what they did. Uh-oh. This is what y'all was talking about? So this was a week ago. It was the Hodge twins who started this online exploitation, clickbait, falsely identifying a little girl as a transgender. Hodge twins have caused this little girl fam trauma and humiliation. Please help her fam fight online exploitation and or share. Ooh. Ooh. What did these assholes do? Huh. Where is Torian? He's probably out there loving life, probably doing 700 push-ups. But anyway, that's crazy. So this is gonna be the thing they're gonna bitch about tomorrow. Let's go. Get some. DC Judge Kendra Briggs has allowed the two teens who jumped Edward Big Balls Paws Korenstein to avoid jail and sentenced them to simple probation, stating her job is to rehabilitate, not punish. Get some. Woo! Woo! Oh. Look, somebody thinks Janine Pirro was telling the truth when she said, we got to lower the age of responsibility to 14. You really thought she was going to do that? That quick? This is Dallas, huh? This is called open carry. Oops. Indigenous woman yells, I hate white people while punching a Caucasian, but it's not a hate crime. Get some. Wait a minute. Screenshot. I'm gonna screenshot this. I gotta put this up on the community tab. Oh, they gonna lose their mind. Should we troll them? I'm gonna troll them. We're gonna troll MAGA. Is that not a base black woman? Where is it? Hey, that's kind of crazy. There it is. Get some. Get some. Woo. Shit, you can open carry in Georgia. Let's get it. You don't even need no permit no more. I don't think it's open carry. I'm just being facetious. But god damn. Dark-skinned black women making a comeback, boy. They beat the white boy in the wire. They said simple probation. Woo! Let me look. Let me look. This is, wait a minute. I don't see this though. Okay. Well, I guess Janine Pirro failed at her job. So they pled guilty, so it's on their record until they're 18. I guess they can have it sealed. Mm. This is that January 6th effect, boy. Get some. All right. What's this? Okay, I don't care. Shout out to Russell Westbrook for getting on the team. He's on the Sacramento Kings. Shout out to him. But do y'all see how the right is reacting to this? They got Sonny Johnson all fired up. She been cussing people out all day. Blah, blah, blah. Text messages. Talk to me when you're ready to defeat democratic socialism, which currently you're losing to. But the Democrats didn't denounce Jay Jones, so you want to be like them, Kay. That's two pieces of the pot. I think she's starting to see it. You got too many lefties over there on the right. I don't give a damn about text messages. They're losing to a democratic socialist. Where's the argument for merit? The right does not believe in merit. I think I said it in this one. No, there was another post she said she was talking about merit. Let me see if I can find it. Well, I said merit was a foreign concept. There was something else I said. Oh, look.
And you scared of that debate, so that's a whole nother story. I'm on right now. Now you want to be Maj. You want to be Maj, and you scared of that debate, so that's a whole nother story. I'm on right now. Where am I supposed to be here? You want to be Maj. You want to be Maj.
You want to be Maj.
We're gonna let you and Maj talk about that. Hey, because he added you. He added you. You have yet to respond.
Facts. Facts. You don't want that smoke with Maj. Here we go. Good morning. We're 3 weeks out from the general election, and there's still no ground game in the Bronx or Harlem for Cuomo's campaign. This is unacceptable. Consultants don't understand the landscape of the city. They only know how to produce digital ads that don't reach real voters. At this stage, the election is already slipping away. It didn't have to be this way. We could have had an army of people on the ground mobilizing communities. What a missed opportunity. Terrible. Don't you just love it that the right-wingers are now coalescing behind Andrew Cuomo? Someone who was drummed out of office because he was being inappropriate with females and they want to back him. I'm going to say this again, fam. And this is, if this doesn't also highlight how bad a lot of the right wing is, I don't know what to tell y'all. I've talked about this woman on my channel as well. This woman, Jamaican American, wants the Republican Party in New York to coalesce behind Andrew Cuomo, a former Democrat, who still is a Democrat, but running as an independent, I should say. She wants that party not to go behind Curtis Sliwa, who's an actual Republican. They want them to go to Andrew Cuomo, who got out of office because he was inappropriate with women. The man who 5 years ago was running around, they were calling him the president of the country because he was taking shots at Trump. The man who oversaw people exodus New York during the scamdemic. The man who got replaced by a woman. Not saying there's anything bad with that, but she was in on it. And he picked her to be his lieutenant governor. So that shows his judgment is bad because she's been doing a horrible job in New York. That's who you want to run against Mondami, not coalesce behind Curtis Sliwa. Because you think Curtis Sliwa can't get money. That's the main reason why they're not coalescing behind him. And that he's a racist. But the main thing is he can't garner the money needed to fight Mondami. Damn. And you still want to tell me that the right ain't full of left wing? Okay. So conservatives aren't one of my own, and that's why half your tribe hates you. One day Sonny will call out one of her own. I told this fool, you must not have been around here. She calls out conservatives all the goddamn time. Stop being giant P words. Stop playing by the less rules. When Democrats force out Virginia AG candidate Jane Jones for his violent threats, then I'll start pretending to care about banter among college students. They're not college students. But this is what I mean. Oh man. I think this was the one where I said merit was never the problem. It was always the visibility of fraud that appealed to him. And that's how we're going to end the show. Merit was never the problem. It was always the visibility of fraud that appealed to him. The right never cares about merit. Because again, they never had a gauge of merit because they never vetted people. When you vet somebody, you have a scale now. This is why companies just don't hire anybody, especially for management. They put you through the ringer. They want to see if you could come in with the skills you have now, be adaptable, and then be able to lead people. The right never cared unless they were dunking on the left. Because they think the left, you can't get it with merit. Even though the left has shown you they have people in their ranks that get it through merit. Because they sat there and put in the work. No matter how their ideology you feel about it, you can't deny that they didn't put in work. And we're talking about grassroots people. We're not talking about the corporate echelon. That's not what we know. We're not talking about Al Sharpton. Because Al Sharpton really didn't get it out the mud. That's why we call him an ambulance chaser. That's easy. We talking about when you go from the corner to the TV studio. We want to see what you did in between. The right wing didn't care about merit. When Trump came around, it was who was the loudest. All these lefties that went over there started accelerating at a fast pace. By the time people were like, you know what? I kind of like what Trump's saying. Let me see who's talking about him. They were being signal boosted. So they figured, okay, they got it in on merit. They put in the grind. No, just go check their YouTubes. When they weren't shit, they were making 3 digits. When they found the grift, that's when they started hitting 5, 6. And it wasn't gradual. It was immediate. That should tell you something. That wasn't merit. That was an algorithm. And when they get destroyed next November, you're going to see that same visibility of fraud tank. And Tatum Tots is a perfect example of someone who is now seeing his visibility of fraud starting to tank. Everybody's getting at him now. And it's going to start affecting his channel. That Netanyahu interview was just a test run. It's going to get worse. But we're going to leave that for another day. So hopefully you learned something. If you did, it done my job. If not, I will try to be better next time. I'm going to go rest a little bit, and then I'm going to go fry some chicken and make some country gravy. No biscuits, because I got to get off these carbs. I might just make macaroni and cheese. Maybe. I don't know how much cheese I got. But yeah. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Make sure you go out and hump something. If you got to pay for it, be careful, please. Because the economy bad right now. Motherfucker will inflate their price. Can't inflate the nether regions. Never allow that. What's the chicken recipe, though? Well, I got it sitting in buttermilk, hot sauce, and pickle juice right now. And ranch dressing. And seasoned flour I got. And double dredge, and then we fry it. Probably 5 minutes on the east side. And we let it ride. All right, y'all. Y'all take care, stay safe, and you know what to do when the agents of chaos kind of mess up your existence. Dumbass right-wingers. Continue.